Welcome to the Mother Wellness Podcast. I am your host, Sylvia. On this podcast, we talk about all things motherhood and wellness, from mental health, maternal health, parenting tips and tricks, and many, many more. Stay tuned for our current episode. Welcome to episode 6 of the Mother Wellness Podcast. Thank you for joining me today. The topic of today is about Mama, you need some rest. I want to talk about sleep. Sleep is a universal activity that we all carry out, and it's important in helping us manage our physical and mental health. When it comes to our motherhood journey, we've got the different stages and the different ways that sleep has an impact. The way you sleep affects conception. It then has a greater impact depending on how your pregnancy is. Maybe in the first trimester, you might be more sick, fatigued and nauseous, or towards the end of pregnancy where you have a bigger belly and you have to adapt the way you sleep. And it's also, a topic that comes up a lot, especially when babies are first born, in the first couple of months especially, and sometimes years. Sleep has a great impact on us as mothers as we try to navigate the different stages of baby sleep cycle, managing with how many naps they have, and when they grow up, that gradually decreasing and adapting our lives and our daily routines around sleep, and that can go on for many, many years. Sleep has a great impact on how we live our daily lives, and I think it's important to discuss it because the way we sleep has an impact on how much energy we have, our concentration, our focus. So it's a topic that is very close to my heart, as I have personal experience of not having much sleep due to mental health problems. So it's a topic that I really want to share and help others to have more awareness of. As an occupational therapist by profession, one of our models is to look at 3 different things when we assess people in their lives, whether it's because of disability, illness, or change of life event. They could be looking for a job, it could be during a mental health episode, it could be because of physical disability. So we like to look at the person themselves, their lifestyle, any specific factors about them, their values, their beliefs. We like to look at different activities they do. So in this case, it would be sleep. And then we look at the environment that they're living in, whether it's their physical environment. So for sleep, for example, the physical environment is the room, and then also the bed itself, the lighting, the room temperature. There are so many different factors that, if I was going to speak to somebody about their sleep, that I would be assessing, I'd be looking at. So those are some of the examples I've just mentioned. So, having good rest, it's key to manage our body, managing healing, the cells being repaired, as lack of sleep impairs your judgment, affects your decision making, your focus and concentration, and also your emotions and appetite. I don't know if you've realised that there could be days that when you don't sleep much, that you might be more hungry. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that before. And also, when you have a lack of sleep, you may be more irritable possibly. And it's because sleep helps to rest you. It helps you to rest, and by having the right amount of sleep, it allows you to function. So I've got 3 tips on different things that I think you can do that will help you with regards to your sleep. The first thing I would say is examine your feelings and beliefs about your sleep. So when you wake up in the morning, how do you feel? Maybe have a track of when you go to bed, when you wake up, writing down your emotions, what your thinking is, what are your thoughts. When I say the word sleep, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Those are the sort of things that I'd want you to be reflecting on. Another factor to consider, tip number 2, is to think about whether there's any physical health, mental health, financial issues, or any personal difficulties that you may be experiencing that could be affecting your sleep. Because the way you sleep is likely impacted by your lifestyle, everyday events, or things that are happening in your life at that moment in time. So whether any specific activities or stressful events could be having an impact on your sleep. And the third tip I would say is look at your environment, look at the space that you're sleeping in. So, think about your room. Is there clutter in the room? Is it a relaxing space? Is your mattress comfortable? How do you find the bedding, the pillows? What's the temperature and the lighting in the room? What smells are there in the room? Is it a calming environment for you? So those are the 3 things I would say to look at and consider in relation to your sleep. And, if there has been issues that have been ongoing for a long period of time, it may be best to possibly speak to your doctor to see if there's any medical issues that could actually be having an impact on your sleep, or whether there's any hormonal issues as well, or is it stress, is it allergies? There's just so many different medical things that can be having an impact. Your iron levels, calcium levels, there's so many different factors that can have an impact on your sleep. So if it's something that concerns you, I would say have it investigated medically. You may possibly need blood tests to look at different chemicals within that may be having an impact on your sleep. So just to recap the 3 points from the episode again. The first one is to examine your feelings with regards to your sleep. When you think of sleep, what comes to your mind? What are your feelings and your beliefs about your sleep? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? I would recommend maybe tracking your sleep and do your emotions for about a week or 2 and see whether any themes or any beliefs, recurring beliefs or thoughts come up. And the second one is to think about any physical health, mental health, financial issues, or personal issues which may be having an impact on your sleep. And the third point is to do the physical work of getting the environment you want to sleep in. So thinking about your room, the atmosphere of the room, how is your mattress and your bed? Is it comfortable? Have you got comfortable bedding? Is the temperature and the lighting in the room the way you would want it? Does it help you to relax? Think about some practical things that you can put in place, whether it's having candles, having low lighting, whatever scents may help to calm you. For example, lavender is one that's quite well known, an essential oil that's well known to help you to relax. So those are the sort of things that you should consider, whatever works for you, whether it's reading before you sleep, journaling before you sleep, whatever method or technique you think that may possibly help you to sleep better. Consider incorporating that into your bedtime routine, and hopefully that will help to improve the quality of your sleep. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I look forward to speaking to you next time. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Mother Wellness Podcast. I hope this episode resonated with you. If you require any more information or support, feel free to message me on Instagram and Facebook at motherwellness.ot, or send me an email at motherwellnessot, all one word, at gmail.com. The information will also be left in the show notes. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.